they think that the mix is right for the Democrats to win this year, but it's a very big state. It's a very big challenge, and it seems like they're on an uphill climb to try to win the state.
Do they get a sense of what it takes?
I mean, it's been the elusive dream for Democrats for a while, as you said. I mean, it's been since 1994, no Democrat has won a statewide, a state race in Texas. However, there is this opening when you look at, for example, Hispanic voters. You and I have to many of them in Texas that move towards Donald Trump in the 2024 election. They see an opening with James Tallarico. Now, it certainly doesn't help him to get tied to the Democratic Socialists in a state like Texas. But again, the Democrats are seeing this real opening because of who Ken Paxton is, because of all the baggage he brings, because of the fact that he had an extremely messy run, went into a runoff. We're talking about $100 million that were spent in anti-Paxton ads, and that's this perfect storm, but it's certainly far from guaranteed.
But temper the expectations, because we've talked about this, at least internally. There's a math issue for Democrats in Texas, but in Iowa, actually in Alaska, and those other ones where they think they now have a shot.
Yeah, well, the math issue in Texas is that you need to move a whole heck of a lot more voters just to make that percentage. The percentage in Texas is a big thing as a percentage. So you may see the Democrats to invest more in places where there just aren't as many voters that you need to swing. The other polling part of this too is you look at maybe an even poll, maybe one that's the margin of error, but historically, and this is perhaps in Maine, I think, historically, Susan Collins has turned out her vote. And she's got people there who have voted for her over many, many cycles. You're going against that kind of a headwind. Soon you see a 1 or 2 point gap in the polls. That's part of the structure.
So in 2006, they won 6 Senate seats, Democrats, 4 of which had just voted for W. Bush 2 years earlier. But in at least 2 of them, there were third-party, right-leaning, libertarian type of voters, like in Montana, that gave the sort of, you were talking about the soft Trump supporters who are people who are a little bit upset about inflation and the war. It's hard for them to vote for a Democrat. And so in some of these states, they might need that third party person to give that Trump supporter, I'm going to vote for Tallarico, but I'm going to vote for Paxton, and I'll vote for the Libertarian, so that they can win without clearing 50%. Because it's so hard to get over 50 for a Democrat in these states like Iowa, Ohio, and Texas.
Real quick in our remaining seconds here, the South Carolina Republican runoff in about 10 days. Is Darlene Graham in trouble against Ralph Norman?
Well, her brother spent $20 million in his primary just so that he would not. Primary runoff voters are not Lindsey Graham voters. They're red. Now you have a late August special election primary runoff. She started with 33%. It's not clear that she can win unless Trump really goes there and really lays down the law and says you got to vote for her.
Well, we'll see if he does that in the next few days, because to spend his political capital there would be telling. With less than 80 days to go until election day. Sabrina, Paul, Anthony, Toulouse, thanks for being here. We appreciate it.
I want to know what's going on in the world. I'm telling you, you can't do that just sitting in a chair reading about what other people have. What do you think of that? Why? There are big questions that all of us are asking. I want to get you the answers. How are you? I'm Nicole. Join me on the CBS Evening News.
I'm Gail King.
I'm Nick Burleson.
Join us on CBS Morning.
Weekdays at 7.
This is why I fight. Mom and dad and everything we owe their generation. My brother and partner, why I take on Trump's cruelty. And these two, why we can't wait to tax the oligarchs, abolish pass health care for all. That Marky and I want the same things. What wanting isn't winning, and the old way isn't working. I'm multiple, and I approve this message because I'll fight as hard for your family as I do for mine.
The Steamship Authority is more than a ferry ride. It's the start of your summer adventure, the way to your island escape. On the decks, on the docks, and behind the scenes, at the Steamship Authority, we're proud to be a part of your journey. With frequent daily departures and the lowest fares, we'll make your trip to Martha's Vineyard or Nantucket as special as the islands themselves. The Steamship Authority, serving the islands and you.
coverage just seems loud, dysfunctional, even angry. Well, somebody has to step up. Somebody has to get things done. Laser focus on the economy, jobs, our debt, making our lives more affordable. As senator of just one job, stand for the people of New Hampshire every single day. The New Hampshire message board.
For computers, our brain controls our thoughts, our emotions, and our movements. Prevagen is powered by aquaporin, originally discovered in jellyfish, and is designed specifically for the brain to help keep it amazing, so that we can continue to live our best life. Try Prevagen for your brain today. Liberty.
That's my name. I tell everyone it feels great getting great coverage and savings on car insurance with Liberty Mutual.
Liberty.
Don't overdo it. Great coverage, great savings.
Liberty.
Our brains are incredible, but memory is complicated. That's why scientists developed Nariva Memory 3D with clinically tested ingredients to support extensions of your memory. Take it from me. An elephant never forgets. Remember Nariva.
Guess who's back? It's New York. New series TV October 6th, part of CBS Premier League.
Massachusetts is working for some, for all. The political elite are doing fine, but workers and families struggle to pay their energy bills, health care, to pay child care, and the jobs are leaving. So the thing I'll do as a governor is I'll bring my expertise from a business perspective, from a veteran perspective, it's time and energy and money into the
Time for something different. Mike Renault, a new kind of governor.
Growing up here, felt like anything was possible. Good jobs, affordable homes, success felt within reach. These days, costs are out of control, and families are working harder than ever just to keep up. In Congress, I'll stand up against corruption and work with anyone who's not for working. We need to create jobs, develop training programs, expand healthcare access, and make housing. I'm John Beck. And I approve this message because I want our kids to have the same opportunities we have.
America's favorite news program for over 50 years. It's time for CBS new season, CBS, September 13th, and streaming on Paramount Plus.
The CBS News with Tony DeCopo, weeknights on CBS.
What do you hope feel and informed? And this is going to be the boss of the
we would nearly get mice in the drop ceiling basement. So I heard about Cat's Eye, and we really had to be a constant solution, and CatGuard was the only one doing that. The CatGuard system ultimately solved the entire problem. You wouldn't even know it was there. I mean, we had not had a single mouse in the house. And when I tell you, we would get at least a couple a week for 20 years, not one. It's the biggest selling piece of my into your house.
I've heard them all. Long sleeves, no sleeves. Well, it's Brian Short Sleeve, and I've been rolling up my sleeves my entire career as a Marine, small business builder, turnaround specialist. The team was in crisis, and Charlie Baker called me. We audited everything, balanced the budget, put frauds in jail. That's exactly what I'll do as governor. Audit state government and return the savings to you. I'm Brian Short Sleeve. Let's roll up our sleeves and get to work.
Tune for New England Living right now on CBZ. Today on New England Living, we're savoring the flavors of the region. From a grape harvest celebration at a stunning New Hampshire vineyard to a famous cheesecake inside a Cambridge specialty food store. Plus, a local MasterChef winning duo now bringing their passion for food back to the kitchen. It all starts right now on New England Living. New England is full of adventure.
Put away. This is your first bake-off.
You're part of my dream day right now. Join me as we discover the people and places that make us so unique.
This is it. You can't find it anywhere else.